Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm actually walking, and I just got done with some of my laps, and I'm here at the park, and it got pretty dark, so I thought I'd just sit in the grass for a second, and I had this new tripod I wanted to try out, so I figured now'd be a good time to maybe just do a short little video. But I actually wanted to touch on something. I had a interesting dream the other night, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it. And if you happen to see anything like walking behind the background, oh boy, I hope it doesn't record anything. But anyways, it's pretty dark out here, and there's like some sensor lights, sentry lights. I'm sorry, that automatically turn on, and like I've been sitting here for a second, so they've all turned off. So that's why it's yeah, you saw one back there turn on. So, anyways, the dream I had the other night. I had one of these nights where I was like getting up a couple times. I just had like a lot of unrest, and but there was one period of time where I maybe like around 3 in the morning. And I know that's sort of a strange time, and I know it's a significant time. But anyways, I went back to sleep, and I remember dreaming that I was like watching somebody's like live stream, or I don't know if they were like making YouTube videos or what. And I'm sure some of it is probably some of my own like experiences and recollections from the day coming through, or as I'm processing the things I've been doing and thinking throughout the day. But anyways, I'm in my dream. I see somebody like making YouTube videos, and I notice the background of like the where they're filming from. It looks almost like a library. There's like a lot of shelves and stuff. Didn't really think much of it, but you know how dreams kind of don't make sense. Well, there's a part where I'm like walking through a house, and I like discover like almost like a hidden passageway, and I start going through this hidden passageway, and as I'm going through this hidden passageway, I can like hear voices, like kind of like somewhat sinister sounding voices. And oh yeah, I guess for warning, yeah, it's a little creepy, but not too scary. But anyways, if you usually spook, maybe brace yourself. Anyways, so I'm going through this like passageway, and I'm hearing like this sinister talking. And I'm going, and it's almost like it went from being a traditional house to almost being like a castle, but it's like this hidden room. So you know that you get like this feeling of panic as soon as you get into like this area that you know is like hidden from people and that you're not supposed to be in. And on top of that, like I'm kind of walking through and I'm kind of registering that there's like something talking or somebody talking, and I get up to like whatever the main room is, and there's like a bookshelf, and I open. It's one of those revolving bookshelves like they show in the movies and things. I open it, and like there's like this room in there. It's kind of filthy, but it looks like a room where somebody's like staying. And I walk in there, and like I kind of feel a little bit uneasy as soon as I walk in there, but I didn't really pay too much attention to that feeling. But as I started walking through, I remember that, and this is kind of funny, but I remember I walked up to like a desk, and I saw like the video streaming equipment like still going, and there was a period where I suddenly recognized like, oh, this is like the same place where I saw this person like streaming the other day, or making videos the other day, like vlogging. And I suddenly felt like very uneasy. There's a lot of bugs out here, by the way. I suddenly felt very uneasy because I felt like, I'm not supposed to be in here. It's sort of like discovering like a serial killer's like secret lair or something. Like as soon as you discover something like that, or you discover a room like something like that, like you're like, okay, like I shouldn't have stumbled on this, and I better get the F out of here quick. And that was kind of what I felt. So I started to get a little bit of panicky, but I just figured, okay, I need to get out of here, and I started to backtrack out of there. And like I said, it was sort of weird because that area of the house was more like a castle. It was more like concrete, dusty walls, and the rest of the house was like a traditional house. The rest of the house actually reminded me of the house that my aunt in Chicago lived in, like a 2-story house with a basement. But this was like, this secret room was like more towards the attic. I think I remember going upstairs. I think I went down first and I went upstairs, But I definitely remember when I was trying to get out of there that I was like running down the stairs. Where I was at first, I was trying to be quiet, go down the stairs. Then I like heard some people coming up the stairs, and I remember that for some reason I had the presence of mind to grab like a chair, like one of those big, like wooden, not big, but it's like a pretty sturdy, like a dining room table chair, and I pick it up and I like know that I'm like going down the stairs and there's like I can see this like guy and like these two other, I don't know, they're like smaller people coming up the stairs with them. There's one muscular burly guy kind of. He looked kind of crazy. I want to say he had like a like shaved head. He had short hair. So anyways, he just looked menacing. And then there was two other people smaller. I don't remember if they were kids or if they were just smaller. So I'm kind of running down the stairs, and I know I'm gonna like need to get past this guy quickly because I know that like, I know that I shouldn't have stumbled upon this room wherever this guy was vlogging out of or wherever he was making videos out of. And so I'm running down the stairs, and I had the presence of mind to not just like swing, and this isn't like a folding chair either. I had the presence of mind to swing the chair, like the big wooden dining room table chair. But not only did I just swing it at the guy, but I actually like grabbed it and did like a complete like rotation with it, almost like like doing like the hammer throw maybe, or like the maybe like a discus punch. Anyways, I did a full rotation and I got a lot of acceleration on the chair, and I smashed it over that guy's. Oh, there's like a lot of ladybugs out here or something. I smashed it over the guy's head, and I remember it like breaking, like wood breaking, but it didn't phase him, or it phased him a little bit, but it didn't like completely take him out like I thought it would. And I remember I kept running, and I had that feeling of like being chased, which is a feeling that I always hate feeling in my dreams. And I used to sometimes have unsettling dreams where I felt, the whole chase thing. And I know at one point in time, like I feel like I suddenly like developed like the lucid dreaming kind of defense, because it got to a certain point, I think, where things can no longer torment me in my dreams like the way they used to. I remember just one time I just stopped and I turned around and I faced whatever was chasing me, and like I wasn't able to completely break the dream, but I was able to will myself into just like another location. And I kind of did the same thing this time, and you still feel that panic, but I guess you don't feel that absolute dread that you would normally feel, like feeling like you can't get out of it, and like feeling like a dream is a little too real. But still, it made enough of an impression on me that I was like struggling to remember it, or I was making the effort to remember it all day. I know if anybody can identify with this, like when you wake up, a dream, even when it's really makes a lasting impression on you, you tend to start forgetting it, and it kind of like dissipates past the morning usually. This one stuck with me a little bit longer. I thought about it throughout the day. It's hard though because your dreams are really illogical and they're lacking reason. From what I understand, that part of your brain is turned off, the part that makes like a coherent form out of everything. But still, it was something like I couldn't forget, and I was trying my hardest not to like recreate the dream in a way that was logical. I was trying to just observe the dream, and that's sort of similar to, I don't know if anybody's ever read the Carlos Castaneda books, but they talk about something called stopping the world, and it sort of means like you just observe things and you just observe in your dreams, and also whenever things happen in your life and that you don't completely understand them, where they seem, paranormal, or you seem sort of, paranormal is probably not the right word, but when they seem unexplainable, our minds have a tendency to try to assign some sort of like form or reason to things. Same reason whenever you look at, like, let's say a wood panel and you see like the rings of wood, or you see any kind of pattern, your mind will just kind of automatically start making form, and you'll start seeing shapes and things like that in there. because your mind's trying to make some sort of coherent form out of something. But the stopping the world from these books is basically the idea is like whenever you encounter something that you don't understand, instead of trying to view it through the lens of like rational thought, you just observe it. And if you can observe it in the illogical way, that's like in the land of dreams, you can get a better sense of reading your dreams and understanding what they mean. I don't know if this dream meant anything, but I definitely thought, I mean, there's some elements that I'm sure are me just processing my thoughts and me just, um, memories from throughout the day. Like, I'm sure like the way I'm vlogging right now, I'm sure somewhere in the deep recesses of my mind, it's getting processed at night whenever I'm sleeping, and it comes out as like, some guy in a dungeon vlogging and stuck in like an attic slash castle tower kind of thing. But then there's other parts where, like you said, or like I said, like I just mentioned this a second ago, that if you don't try to put rational form to it, you can kind of just observe your dream, and it's like, okay, like if I don't try to make a story out of it, that I just like accept it how it is. There's, like for instance, whenever I was going up the tower, somebody was saying something, and I don't remember what they were saying, but I wonder, like, if I struggled to try to recall it, could I recall it, or is it something that, it's almost better than not to know? I think it's almost kind of a dangerous thing if you start trying to dig into your dreams too much to where you almost communicate with yourself, because you kind of open yourself up to be a conduit for communication when you do that. And that's something that, like I said, learning how to be lucid in your dreaming kind of help avoid that. But still, it's not something to be scared of, but it's something to not dive headfirst into exploring, as far as I'm concerned, anyways. But anyways, not to go off on a tangent, but it was a really impactful dream, and I hate that feeling of being chased. But I'm grateful at least that somehow, somewhere, I was able to pick up a large, heavy dining chair and swing that. But like I said, it broke on the guy's head, and the chair kind of like shattered or splintered in my hands afterwards. So it was like a one and done kind of attack. So I don't remember what happened to the rest of the dream. I think my alarm went off around that time, and I think that sort of ended it, which is always kind of strange how it always seems to, like, your dreams don't ever really have resolution. It's not like a movie where you get to the end. It's sort of like just peters off into like nothing. But I do know that even without knowing certain things, I knew things in my dream. Like as soon as I was up there in the room where the guy was, or whoever was vlogging out of, I just immediately had a sense of okay, I shouldn't be in here, and I need to get out of here as soon as I can. And I just heard it sounding the gate open. Okay, it's kind of creepy out here. But anyways, guys, just wanted to share that with you. And if anybody's ever had that experience in your dreams where you're thinking about what you dreamt about all day, I don't know if that's just because it made an impression on you because you happen to wake up in the middle of like the intense part, or if it's because there's something that you're supposed to poke and prod at to try to figure something out, or maybe something going on in your life that you need to reflect on. But either way, like, something that probably doesn't help also is I sometimes watch these like paranormal clips before I go to bed, which I don't know why I do that, but that ends up happening sometimes, and it's scary. So anyways, long story short, don't stress out about your dreams, but just know that you're always in control, and just know that your dreams are generated from your mind, but you're always able to take control of them. Once you kind of develop that sense of I don't want to say bravery, but lack of fear, I think that's just like in real life, like the fear, when it grips you, it it's able to control your emotions, and being able to control your emotions is pretty cool. Being able to control your dreams, being able to like not get caught up in fear, and being able to um, just remind yourself um, that you're in control of the dream. So, anyways, guys, if you ever have any kind of interesting dreams, just don't let them bother you too much, and try not to watch too many crazy things before you go to bed. Also, like I said, I had a night where I got up and went to the bathroom a couple times with a feeling where I had an upset stomach from some medicine I took. So that might have also been messing with me and been giving me these strange dreams. But if you've ever had any of those experiences, just hang in there, and hopefully we'll all get through it. And guys, it's been great talking to you guys, and it's getting darker out here, so it's like I'm just in the middle of the freaking park, just sitting by a tree, talking into a camera, and it's probably gonna get pretty late for now, so I probably should be heading home. So, anyways, guys, it's been great talking to you, and hope I'll talk to you guys again. All right, thanks, bye.